Hello friends, welcome. It's gonna be a quick one, probably, hopefully. Quick overview of the free update for Dragon Quest III HD-2D, and as well, Romancing Saga 2 got a has a $10 upgrade version for the Switch 2. Taking a look at both of those real quick. That's probably all we'll do on this stream. I also wanted to look at Elliot, but I might do that later because I have a busy stream plan already for the weeks, and this all popped up last minute. So we'll talk about that, but yeah, we'll do Dragon Quest III. I'll be doing the Switch 2 stuff live, but I did have to, because of the virtual game card shit, I have the Switch 1 version and a side-by-side here for it, already pre-recorded to go through. Otherwise, it's, even though I have both consoles there and I could flip-flop between them, not with the virtual card stuff. That makes that, the virtual game card stuff makes that really hard to do. So I'll be swapping between the two when relevant. But otherwise, we'll start off with Dragon Quest and what there is to see there. Let me mute my TV. Let's see. Where should I move? I've muted my TV. There we go. Now let me refresh the Elgato here. There's less input latency, but it's not by much here. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell because I'm looking at OBS. OBS already adds more to it itself. Anyway, start from the new log. Nope, not those. Oh yeah, you can erase that out. No, all right, there you go. There you go. As this opening cutscene, just like the fade-in was a good example. I want to see how that is. Actually, this might be set to... I have two A's. Now that I think about it with how I set it up, I don't know if it's going to start in graphics mode or performance mode. That's what they added. There's a graphics mode and a performance mode now for Dragon Quest III. We'll see it, but performance mode is 60 FPS, and it looks like it has the same visual resolution as the Switch 1 version. And then quality mode is a higher resolution, but it is a 30 FPS. Granted, it's a significantly more stable 30 FPS compared to the original Switch versions, the Switch 1 version. So even in that factor, it's better. It probably could be higher resolution. I'm a little surprised by, man, that's faster. Here. Yeah, it's set to graphics mode, so of not being zoomed in, I don't think we're getting much out of here. This is graphics mode. It is what is it? Higher resolution, and still 30 FPS, but more stable, 30. I feel the frame pacing's better. This is let me just zoom in here because it's gonna be really hard to do the flip flop. A lot of that aliasing in the grass is gone. Here, I can rewind that. I was so eager to move on the Switch 1 side or Switch 2 side. So Switch 1 and here's Switch 2. Yeah, a lot of that aliasing in the grass is just gone because of higher resolution. I knew this would be a good area to show off. I knew how much, like, the shadow resolution bothers me. Okay. Damn it, I forgot to, Man, that's such a nicer resolution. I mean, while I'm here, I might as well just do a side-by-side, not that it matters. But yeah, it's, at the least in graphics mode, this resolution bump is much easier to look at. Oops. If I were already used to the Switch 1 version, I would be probably playing the Switch 2 version at 30 FPS in graphics mode just because it's such a nice resolution. But I don't know, we'll see once we get to the 60 FPS. Let's stay here now. The Switch 1 version's 812p. Where we are on Switch 2, I'm unsure. It's gotta be at least 1080. But I'm more eager to show off things once we get to town. I think there will be a lot more to look at there. Yeah, that resolution's so nice.
Morning. After all, this is what. Well then.
When it like swaps between the two and we go back to here, let me rewind where I am on Switch 1. Now we can go to System Settings, Display, at the bottom, go to Performance. So let me see here then. Is this really the same resolution or fidelity as Switch 1 here when it's at 60 FPS? I think it's still higher res. A little bit of a step up still. There's one thing about the low res on the Switch 1 version that bothered me actually that I'm gonna look for in the Switch 2. Yep, game runs good on Steam Deck. Yeah, I'm surprised they got a Switch 2 update, and I guess since Romancing Sagas cost money, I'm glad that this update was free. Yeah, that's nice. Now Switch 1 version of this. Switch 2. It might be 900p
Come on,
versus
dear.
1080p.
You know where the castle is.
Where the
Straight
Switch
down
1 was
now.
only 812. Sorry, I wasn't determining which one was which. It's harder to see when I'm not moving. You can't see the 60 FPS. So, also, settings. Set that to fast for now. Always have it on ultra fast. Set this to auto, and then huge recommendation. Set the running to toggle. There we go. Perfectly playable. That's another thing. Yeah, we'll bring it up again when we talk about Romancing Saga. But the Switch 2 version itself is 35. The Switch 1 version still 50. If you own the Switch 1 version, it's a $10 upgrade.
Well met.
That's a very good deal if you didn't buy it already for Switch 2. Though, I guess, in fairness to the person that bought it on Switch 1 and has to upgrade,
Locate any of Ortega's belongings.
still a $500
To think
still $500 buy-in fee to get it at $35.
My husband thought long and hard.
I don't know.
before
Maybe that doesn't
setting
help because
off.
you've already paid
I'm
more.
sure he was at peace when he passed.
I'm not a fan of the upgrades, but at the very least, I didn't already buy it on Switch 1.
When he fell into
What I had was a
cursed
demo.
volcano, the world
Which we can
lost
show
a
too.
great Man. However, for it is what he would, the foe we fit.
We don't need. There's nothing really to gain from
free us
this.
from the archfiend's ever-encroaching tyranny. But alone, you will only meet the same fate as your father.
Oh no, that balloon's a
Consult
bit
with
stronger.
Mistress Patty in town, and use this to outfit the companions she has selected for you.
The one with less bloom is a Switch 1 version.
Allow me to
Switch
proffer
2
some
bloom is a little
guidance,
more
but
blown out
first
here.
I suggest you, once you have done so, try me. You will now find you simply need, and remember.
Okay. I want to see how the bloom is on the higher res. And it's still kind of blown out. Better ambient occlusion. Yeah, it goes like, some things like that go hand in hand with just being higher resolution. Because yeah, even performance mode is higher resolution than the Switch 1 version. By a smidge. It's probably not by much. It's probably like by a single step. You know, actually, yeah, the 60 FPS is pretty damn nice. So much more responsive. I think it's pick your poison. I was gonna say the resolution probably could go higher in quality mode, but this is still serviceable resolution. It's enough for the pixel sprites. That's another thing is, yeah, let's get out into battle. Patty.
Hey, you. Still can't believe this day's finally here. I remember when you popped out of your mother like it was yesterday, you know? Oh, and don't be
Whatever
thinking
this is
I'm
worth.
ridiculously old or anything. I was just a kid back then.
I should have thrown the
Felt
logos
like
on
I
this
suddenly
screen.
had a
I guess
new
now I'll do
sibling
that
to
now
look
since
after. To
14
think that
minutes
was
into a
16 whole
30
years
minute
ago.
stream.
At any rate, I'm sure you know by now, but Patty's Party Planning Place is your one-stop shop for all things adventuring. If you find yourself feeling lonely on the road, or simply want some muscle you can count on in a pinch, let me know. I'll find the perfect companions to suit your needs.
And group.
But
okay.
gosh, you really are all grown
There you go.
up now, aren't you?
That's better.
May take me a while to get used to. At any rate.
And mash through this. Oh yeah, 1 and 2 are gonna look good. Okay. Skedaddle skedoodle out of here. Wish I had something later in battle to like show off more of the effect heavy attacks. Has anyone had this thing with the Windows update recently? I'm not sure if it's a Windows update or if it was an NVIDIA update. But when I'm playing a video, I have a 3-monitor setup. I have on the third, sometimes 4 monitors. On my third monitor that's only for playing videos, the visual of it freezes until I move my cursor over the window. However, if I'm recording what is on that window, even though what I see on the monitor is frozen, in OBS, it's not frozen. If I'm mirroring it to my TV, it'll still be frozen on the monitor, but it will not be frozen on the TV until I move my cursor over it. I have no clue what could have caused that or why it's going on. I don't know if that's a Windows thing or if it was an NVIDIA update thing. It was happening before a recent NVIDIA update. Damn it, I waited for time too long. There. This is gonna seem like a big... I mean, the time... Oh my god, the shadows. The shadows just literally aren't there. That could be a time of day thing, though. Oh no, the shadows are there. Yeah, they're just not sharp. Here, I got an idea. Oh, wait. Got an idea. Thankfully, the saves transferring isn't a big deal. I haven't had any issues with that. Works as well as save transfers do on Xbox, thankfully. As opposed to PlayStation. I didn't... when was this? Well, it's oh, I forgot about inns. Stupid. Here, let's go to the inn. When was this? I don't remember going to the inn while I was recording. I guess this one might have been older. Haven't done post-game yet. There were a lot of, I guess more mixed things on post-game. Granted, to a degree, it's still worth doing. These kind of upgrades are like a good reason to go back for anything post-game, just to play them more, take advantage of it. Alright, here we go. No, yeah, the shadows are just better. Yep. A lot of benefits of the higher resolution. I knew that town was going to be a good example, because how blurry it is on Switch 1. Sorry, it was frozen. There, now it's in motion. Now let me go in and freeze time so I can change the resolution. Alright, performance mode. Those shadows, yeah, see, those shadows are still better. Damn it. Now let's do this. You see what I gotta deal with? Yeah, to me, this resolution is perfectly acceptable. Had it released like this, I probably would have. Well, yeah, because the only thing I would have like still wanted the PC version for was obviously save archiving #1. The ultra wide, though, that is a mod for it. There we go. Performance mode res is exactly. I can figure it out. Actually, the post-processing in this game makes it a little harder to tell. It's still, I was saying though, it's definitely a little higher than Switch 1. They're still getting away with a lot more, because this is performance mode right now on Switch 2. And like the aliasing you see there on the castle is not nearly as bad on Switch 2. Doesn't stick out nearly as much. Calculating resolution based on an image, we would need a... I'm pretty sure I used something in the castle. You need a straight line of geometry. That's ideally at an angle. Which a lot of these ones are. But it has to be a complete straight line, like one of these pillars. The fucking depth of field makes it hard. That's a pretty good spot. Let me try it here. The Switch 1 version of OnePlus 2 could have this. Oh yeah, it's I mean, for looking for visual fidelity, yeah, I'd be getting them on Switch 2. I think it'll be like a very similar story. Yeah, it's my intention is counting the pixels. I don't know where that screenshot saved. I found it. Let me pull up my reference on this in the meantime. You may hear a YouTube video. But yeah, let me pull up this. Okay. Here, sorry. Just getting set up here to do this. The PC version of last game, the Steam Deck had frequent dips when I played. Really silly with the Switch 1 version of OnePlus 2 doesn't have this kind of quality mode. I thought it was weird that the PlayStation and Xbox versions have the quality and performance thing and they don't do much of anything. except for like one area really. Outside of the like those things should have brought it at least up to 120, but they don't for some reason. Let's see here. Just give me a sec, our results will be worth it once I calculate this. I'm just trying to remind myself of the process I do when I do this. Yeah, it's like that. Oops. Let's see. Dock on dock differences, I have not. No, I really just, I recorded the Switch 1 footage and then I started it up as I had others like stream plans all weekend, which are going to be on Go to Bedcast and for Evo. But then all this happened, I figured I should probably take a look. Wait, other way around. Hello, Mercenary, welcome. Doing a little math here. Yeah, that's why this is a little hard, is because of anti-aliasing and the, like, this kind of post-processing. The image is fine, I just want an exact number. Moja, thank you for that, Moja. Appreciate that. I'm just trying to see if I can spit out a higher quality, more reliable number here. Yeah, 900p. Yep. It's 900p undocked. Non-docked. 900p quality mode. 900p performance mode. It's 900p performance mode. It is higher resolution than the Switch 1 version entirely. That's what I wanted to find. Okay. Get rid of, close all this out. Where was I? Where'd OBS go? Oh, right. So that's good to see. There at least. I can understand then why it's like, 1080 I think could have been higher. Undocked as well. Look great on the screen itself. There's one thing that bugged me visually that I'm gonna go look for. And one thing I'm gonna like use to judge like in terms of scaling the sprites, if it bothers me or not. I'm gonna look at what dog's barking at. Nothing. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot about the shortcut update. It was a very nice change. It is slimes. Yeah, the eyes are square enough here. The resolution is short enough, small enough on Switch 1 to where Slime's pupils were not, they weren't even square. They weren't even trying to be square, I swear to God. Here, let me find it here in the footage. And this bothered me. It was easy to see on my TV. I actually don't know how it's going to show up on stream footage. But I couldn't unsee it, especially after how long I've been playing the... how long I've been playing the nice PC version. The slimes on the Switch 1 have like Rick and Morty eyes. Because the way it's trying to scale them, it ends up like making the edges of their eyes a little bit gray. And that's opposed to high resolution enough here to where the eyes stay completely black. That's my test for if the resolution is scaled high enough to where the sprites themselves scaling is good enough. Even there's no getting around like the dithering or the shimmering that the sprites are gonna do. But at least there's that. Yeah, I'm gonna assume the native versions of Switch 2 for 1 and 2 are gonna be like that. That's a good base. Like Dragon Quest 11 on PS4 was 900p.
Just a moment.
So slow on fast speed even. It's crazy. Thanks for stopping by, Colin. Appreciate it. I'm gonna undock it real quick. I'm gonna undock and give an impression there, because I'm also curious about the I am also curious about the resolution. I can turn it up at least. Man, the screen size is so nice. I don't know if it's 900p. It's not Rick and Morty eyes. So the way the slime's eyes look still bothers the hell out of me here. Text and everything is fine though. Yeah, so undocked, it's definitely lower than 900p. Alright, let me put it back first. Oh, right, you can just do a screenshot thing here. Screenshot. Yeah, it's definitely lower resolution. Here, check this out. So both of these are Switch 2. This is Switch 2 docked. That's Switch 2 undocked. It's docked, undocked. Now that we're dealing with a 1080p screen, it does stand out and is worth looking at a little more closely. So yeah, undocked it goes, I don't know if it's 812p. I have played a lot of Animal Crossing. Context there. I played a lot of Animal Crossing over the last month. I was finishing the DLC. But yeah. Overall, if you're playing docked, yeah, we're good there. Checking out. We're taking out Dragon Quest 3's HD-2D since it got an update, and Romancing Saga 2 got a free upgrade. Sorry, not a free upgrade. It got a $10 upgrade. We're looking at that too. We're about done with Dragon Quest. Both performance mode and graphics mode are higher resolution than the original Switch version, though undocked performance mode is pushing it with the lower res. Graphics mode I have to imagine is fine, but we can do the same thing here. Right. Screenshot undocked. Put it back in. Screenshot again once it comes back up. Refresh my Elgato. It's resolution. Resolution mode undocked. Resolution mode docked. That's about the same. Yeah, so specifically performance mode goes lower res when undocked. So fair enough. All right. So that's it for that. Otherwise, hell, even at 30 FPS, the input latency I think still feels better, as well as load times, of course. So for a free update, that's pretty solid. That's about what you like to see. Now then. Romancing Saga 2 will be a little more of a story because it has, let's see, the Switch 1 version right now. Go ahead and start it up. The Switch 1 version of the game, put the logo back, is $50. The upgrade is $10, but if you didn't buy the original, you can just buy the Switch 2 version for $35, and that's what I did. What do I say? Yes? Oh. More games using that, well, using that framework, because this is also just an Unreal, Unreal, right? Was it Unreal or Unity? Oh, is it Unity, actually? Epic Games, it's Unreal. Anyway, if you try the Romancing Saga 2 demo on Switch 2, this is the Switch 1 version. The Switch 2 upgraded version does not have a demo. That's what I was gonna try here and just show off. This here is the Switch 1 version on Switch 2 in this demo. Which, there is still a benefit. It is still, let's get some context looking at the Switch 1 version here, right? The Switch 1 version has dynamic resolution scaling.
Spirits, lend me your voices,
but it's pretty
that
low
this tale
res.
might inspire
We
all
even
to
know from this
greater
game on
heights.
PC that anti-aliasing and how it does it is pretty absurd amount of like Vaseline, as people refer to it. It's pretty muddy for the anti-aliasing, whatever upscaling solution they're using. It's 30 FPS entirely, completely locked at 30. And it maintains this, what is it? But yeah, it's a dynamic res, and it's, can go low.
For someone as green as you, focus on offense.
So this is Switch 1.
Let's move out.
Sir!
I think it's easier to see the blurriness and everything from my TV. Here in the OBS, this one kind of shows it.
Look around. The people yearn for a strong country and a brave emperor to lead them.
Looking back, you know, this is still kind of impressive. The
One day you
anti-aliasing gets to me.
So it would seem, Father.
Otherwise, it's still pretty
I shan't
impressive.
betray their trust. I vow to protect the people of Varen with my very life.
This is a game I will be getting around to. I think would have to be soon after Xenoblade. Do I have it written down here now that I think about it? Oh shit, I don't have this written down. Romancing Saga came out before Xenoblade 2, didn't it?
That I am, brother.
Do I gotta
Though
shift
it has
course?
taken longer than expected, I am no longer a hindrance in battle.
Gerard is much better suited to focusing on his studies than setting foot on the battlefield.
When
Perhaps
am I
you should
missing it? I
refrain
must be
from taking
overlooking
him
it.
with you on your campaigns.
Tales of Graces, which I can
As
archive
the
now.
eldest, I feel the battles are best left to me.
I understand your position, but fear that the
Maybe I
return
was
of
waiting for
Samuel
this. Maybe I was
gives us
waiting for
new
a Switch 2 update.
The hounds of war howl louder with each passing day, and as long as they do, chaos shall plague our lands. With threats facing us on all sides, we cannot afford to have Gerard shirk his martial training in favor of his letters.
I believe somebody said they were gonna
Perhaps, but I
message
feel
me
the
too, and maybe I
Empire
was gonna
also requires
base it off of
capable
that.
strategists if it is to truly thrive.
Romancing Saga 2.
I can think of none more suited to that task than he.
Shit, but I already said Xenoblade in the last video.
An audience with you.
Her again. She is persistent. I will give her that. Very well. Show her in.
I don't know if I said Xenoblade 2 on accident, but I meant Xenoblade X. Xenoblade X will be the next video.
It is an honor to finally meet you, Emperor of Avalon.
Alright, so I conveyed my point there about the Switch 1 version. Switch 2... The Switch 1 version demo on Switch 2 has a higher resolution, the highest dynamic resolution, rather, is maintained the entire time, and it's a consistent 30. But then it is also 30 FPS. So this is the Switch 1 version on Switch 2. And I was questioning at first, like, I didn't look into whether or not the upgrade was applying or not. I was just like, This can't be it. They can't be asking for... They can't be asking for $10 for a resolution-only upgrade. And not even, like, frame rate. But yeah, it is definitely... This was a case of, like, the dynamic resolution went higher than it ever was going before.
We have been beset upon.
So... I mean, there's a little bit of benefit there. But at the same time... if you didn't already buy it, the Switch 2 version's cheaper. And if you did already buy it, fuck. But yeah, this was full of me too, because it was like, man, this is a bit higher resolution than it was before, but also the Vaseline filter's still kind of in the way. So anyway, now we get to see how it is on Switch 2, with the full upgrade and everything. Yeah, Unreal. Casual, so we get through it faster. Actually, this part right here, I already showed. Like, this immediately shows the resolution difference. Let's see here. There. I should do this instead. Yeah, sharper, higher res. This doesn't matter. I forgot it didn't matter. For at least what I'm gonna show in the demo, this doesn't matter.
Our future is bright.
How are those load times? Switch 2 is done loading. I thought they were gonna break even.
Hey, Mr. Minstrel, will you please tell me one of your stories?
I should have done the side-by-side for this. So now we're this far apart because of the loading on that cutscene. Or the loading in.
I shall tell you a tale of a war fought many, many years ago. A tale of Avalon and the Varen Empire. And the succession of emperors that led it into prosperity. Spirits, lend me your voices, that this tale might inspire all to greater heights. The stage is set during the time of good Emperor Leon.
Yeah, I gotta admit, it's higher res and higher frame rate.
A nation of little note. Conflict had spread.
Look at the aliasing on the fire and the candle.
Brush. Leon knew that quenching its flames was key to unifying the people under one banner. Under his roof, he cared for two sons. The courageous Victor and the kind-hearted Gerard. One fine spring day, Emperor Leon took Gerard out on a foray to kill the fiends lurking in a cave.
This cave has caused our people to suffer for far too long. We must eradicate the foul creatures within and seal it off.
Understood, Father.
We are to reconvene with the Vanguard unit.
I wish it would stay on a camera angle for longer than 2 seconds.
Combat. However, this is no training exercise. You must be prepared both mentally and physically.
I shall do my best to see that I am.
This is a little harder though, because the lighting is the sunlight through the trees is dynamic. Here we go. This will make it a little easier. Is your dock Switch 2 set to 4K output? No, it is not. As what I will find is... if a game is above 1080p, it scales down pretty equally. For the benefit of the YouTube stream and my stream setup, the benefit of 4K is not gonna show up unless I'm actively like zooming in everywhere. Damn, I already started booking it on. Oh, that's so nice. Oh my god. And this does not have, this one actually doesn't have a quality option. It is just this. Pretty sure anyway. Actually, now that I think about it, I have not looked, because what I was looking at before was the demo. So I don't know if there's not. Oh, you can turn that motion blur off too if you don't like it. Yeah. God damn, what a saving grace.
We have no recourse but to fight.
Good load times, looks sharp.
Well done, everyone.
On console games, if it's like, let's say DLSS and the game has DLSS of like 90%, it's not doing under 1080 and then upscaling it. It's still doing what it was originally intended to do, up to 4K output and then down to 1080.
We have no recourse.
The reason I don't do that either is because of color spacing and 444 color space. My capture card can handle it, the Elgato can handle it, and so can OBS, but it takes a fuck ton of bandwidth. 444 is something people don't usually see their games and see everything or record at. It's an extreme amount of bandwidth to do 444. Not everyone does it. The most common is 420 or 400, more 420. And if I was doing that, then I would not have bandwidth issues at 4K. However, it adds a little bit of fuzziness to edges. Extremely minor. It's so minor, most people do not know that like this is even a thing that I'm talking about. It's an absurdly minor, like, little bit of blurring. I'm talking 1 to 2 pixels horizontally. However, for what I do in my videos, I zoom in and I show things closer. If I show you like 4K footage zoomed in like that and it is not at the correct color space, it looks worse than the 1080 output. And 1080p things will look better. But having shit set to, man, this looks so nice. Having the shit set to 444 at all times is extremely bandwidth heavy and it lags. It is very demanding. So I only do that on occasions where it's absolutely needed for me to show the source at 4K and show it zooming in. If I was reviewing more PS5 games where games are more commonly well above 1080, then I would be doing it. Like 7 Rebirth, for example. When these games still have their targets set to 1080, then I'm not going to stress it, because it also means it's another setting for me to commonly check in between my dozen plus consoles that are currently plugged into this 16 switch HDMI switcher. As those settings have to change per console, so it's more work I have to do in OBS just to go between outputs. So only save it for occasions.
I'm ready for anything.
I need to see this more closely, like on my monitor here. Is Switch 2 upgrade? Yeah, this is the $10 Switch 2 upgrade. Both higher resolution and higher frame rate. Maintains 60. Yeah, this doesn't even have the Vaseline issue, which is still an issue on PC. Yeah, like whatever upscaling tech is here, it's marginally better.
I did it. I can still do better.
The real test, though, will be when we get into the city. When we get into the city later in this demo, shortly coming up, that'll be a real test of everything. But as far as battles and exploration, this is fantastic.
They will pay for attacking the Empire.
Looks like I'm up.
I can do this.
Leave everything to me.
I'll handle this. Okay.
Oh, I ignored the United
Our
attack.
Empire shall never falter.
Yeah, it really doesn't have the Vaseline issue that even on PC you have to. If you have a 1080p display on PC, you got to work against that shit. It's interesting. It's not a thing here, and thank God.
Here goes nothing.
Cower before us.
So what's the game currently on Steam? Let me see right now. It is $50 on Steam. Is it on sale anywhere? Because yeah, it is. The Switch 2 version is $35 right now on sale. It is a $10 upgrade if you already bought the game before. Yeah, there's no sale of it right now anywhere else, so this is a very good version to get. It's a paid upgrade. Yeah, for real.
I'll handle this.
There's a lot of like frustrating things. The thing with it, because this is a benefit to people if you didn't already buy the game, which maybe the sales were like that. Maybe the sales of the game determined that. I don't know how well this game sold.
We have no recourse but to.
It was always interesting that this clearly got more like budget than the latest mainline SaGa game, Emerald. Oops, I'm gonna take care of the other guy first.
Let's go.
Like, this is a better upgrade than the Dragon Quest one. However, how much Q&A, for example, went into this upgrade that it warranted being $10? I wonder.
I'll handle this.
Allow me to prove my might.
Whatever they're doing with anti-aliasing is different, though. That just straight up is different. Because yeah, it does not even 1080 on PC does not have that clarity because of whatever upscaling shit they do. TAA, it might be TAA. I don't remember. I'd have to install it again quick to look.
It shall take 2 full turns of the clock for the mages to weave their spell and seal the cavern.
30 physical on Switch 1. That's good. I mean, in total I go to 40, and then you would actually own a real physical version of the game.
Anticipate your return.
I don't know. I wonder what like decisions go in there, since it is like, it seems inconsistent. I think that first shot was pre-rendered. What gets in the way of the cartoon graphics is things like the older ways of doing anti-aliasing, or like newer ways of doing anti-aliasing, where they just blur the fuck out of the screen, and it's like cartoony cell shading does not complement that at all. Here's Switch 1, by the way.
The people yearn for a strong country and a brave emperor to lead them. As such, they expect great things of Victor, and one day you.
So it would seem, Father.
There's a lot of things that still go into it. They're just more
I vow
subtle.
to protect the people of Varen with my very life.
Sorry the cutscenes aren't in sync. I came into this late here. Let's just keep looking at Switch 1. Just to get familiar with it, I guess. We'll see plenty of everything with Pop-In once we run around the city.
I am pleased you have returned safely.
Here's Switch 2.
Gerard, I trust you are unhurt.
Let me sync up the Switch 2.
Brother. Though it has taken longer than expected, I am no longer a hindrance in battle.
Gerard is much better suited to focusing on
And
his
switching between the
studies
two now.
than setting foot on the battlefield. Perhaps you should refrain from taking him with you on your campaigns? As the eldest, I feel the battles are best left to me.
I understand your position, but fear that the return of the 7 heroes gives us little leeway in the matter. The hounds of war howl louder with each passing day, and as long
It's
as
pre-recorded. The Switch 1 footage is pre-recorded because of the virtual game card shit. Switch 2 version's not pre-recorded because I got a lot of like I'm gonna be doing today.
Perhaps, but I feel the
I was taking less time on it.
Capable strategists if it is to truly thrive. I can think of none more suited to that task than he.
My lord, a woman by the name of Oriev requests an audience with you.
Her again. She is persistent. I will give her that. Very well. Show her in.
Some of it's not as drastic as I thought it'd be. Some of it is.
It is an honor to finally meet you, Emperor of Avalon.
Though I'm looking through the OBS preview. It's probably easier to see if I was full screen watching the stream.
To be a touch more.
Oh yeah, the inside of her veil.
Victor, Gerard, leave us for now.
The ambient occlusion showing up on the
Today is that
throne.
woman's lucky day. It is obvious that Father was looking for an excuse that he could use to cut our conversation short. Remember that reading up on combat theory is no substitute for actual experience.
I will, brother.
I'm pretty sure it's like anti-piracy measures. It's just at the sake of inconveniencing all people, and especially your legitimate customers, in an attempt to thwart the pirates and everything with that and that scene. It's just a question of like, is it worth it? Yeah, go save. Go save, girl. I went to the door, it didn't work. Go side by side for a little bit here. If I remember where I went. I missed her. It's so much nicer, dude. The upgrade itself is frustrating. This being $35 is nice.
I see you have returned, Lord Gerard.
Straight though, I guess it would be like straight up, if you have the Switch 1, don't buy it yet. You know, wait till you get a Switch 2 and then buy it for the lower price entirely.
How have your studies been progressing?
Lord Gerard, I fear for your safety.
Yeah, everything they're doing physically with this console is a frustrating mess. Like everything at that Nintendo Direct just being key cards. Man, it's so like depressing. And what can we do about it, you know? I was looking at how fast that floor would load. Yeah, it loads a bit faster. So here's what else I wanted to look at. Is this view here. It's about the same LOD, right? There's no trees missing in one version. There's less flickering. Shimmering is lower. But it's going out about just as far. Hard to tell with the resolution. So, Switch 1 version drops frames running around the city. I think I saw something on Switch 2, but this is 60, 99% of the time. So much nicer, man. There's some shadow LOD. Shadow render distance, rather. I show that on the left side. What do I show there? Wrong video. Let's see what it's like when I walk over there on Switch 1. The shadow LOD. That's like the same distance. So interestingly, not much there. Switch 1 version on Switch 2. No, this is Switch 2 version Switch 2. The demo, this is Switch 1 on Switch 2, but I'm not showing that. I showed that for like 2 seconds. Everything else has been... Anything that's 60 FPS is Switch 2 version. The Switch 1 version on Switch 2 is only 30. Only thing we can do, yeah, for real. And then it's like, I mean, I'm not gonna buy them anyways. They might take that as people don't want physical games. Well, if you're gonna give them to us like this, then no, I don't want them. So, sucks. And I do understand the reasons for it more, and I mean, understanding it still doesn't excuse it. Yeah. Up to 30, rather, yeah. Up to 30. I was going to, and I link it in the description, Mikhail did some articles. He's already done the articles on RPG site for these games, and frankly for these series. I was gonna look at his thoughts, as he probably has taken more time than I have in this stream. But anything I missed, I will reiterate from here. So for Romancing Saga 2, yeah, $10 upgrade. It's $35 if you did not already buy it. Talking US dollars as well. Save files work. Yep. Some dynamic scaling with similar LOD. That's what we saw. Much better on Switch 2, yeah. Target 60. While it does hit 60 most of the times in the bits I compared and checked for the opening, it can drop a little in busier areas. The drop is less noticeable when planning in handheld, though. If it were in the city, I hardly noticed it. I would need like a later in the demo portion to probably see if there were anywhere where it really drops under 60. In the beginning here in town, this has been fine. But yeah, the article I'm looking at right now is in the description. Oh, so yeah, we turned the motion blur off. I forget that was even an option on the, on Switch 1. I feel like it was. But if you want motion blur, for whatever reason, You know, if that's your thing. Oh, that's way too much. It's an option, though. That kind of brings the Vaseline look back. Nah, sorry, I don't like that motion blur. I can't even stand looking at that. Not after how much I've seen of it without it. There we go. The Atlas decisions are also very confusing, yeah. With Persona 3 Reload just straight 60. 60 or 70? It should at least include episode Igus. I think it's crazy it doesn't include episode Igus. But whatever. I kind of regret the purchase of Yakuza 0 Director's Edition as well. Though that's I could just take the blame for that myself. Had I known the story changes, maybe I would have not bought it. Let's say that. Let's say that. Yeah. One minor issue is for Dragon Quest III. When you adjust the graphics optimization setting to performance, even the UI and menus are lower resolution than they were using graphics mode. I hope this can be addressed. Oh, so it's not even like a scaling thing. This is according to Mikhail when he was looking at it, Dragon Quest III. It was probably noticeable on stream. That sounds like something we would have noticed on stream. I don't know if I was looking for it because I was looking at the sprites so closely. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be a better way to do it if it was fine-tune the motion blur or separate it, yeah. Because the default option here is far too much. Unless whoever implements the visuals of motion blur, and I could talk to them and they understand what shutter speed is, if that programmer does not know what shutter speed is, put the options in. Because like in Final Fantasy 16, I think it's fine there. The choreography and everything that puts together Final Fantasy 16 is extremely professional in a cinematographic sense. This default Unreal Engine applied like preset is not. It's too much. It looks fine in OBS actually. Well, it's not as overbearing in OBS. But then when I look at my monitor, or I look at my TV, that's way too much on my TV. That's a mess. Yeah, yeah, so anyway. Oh, I was saying it as I was reading that. It was like practically at the same time with the stream delay. But yeah, that's all I really have time to look at for today, and what I was gonna do with these two games is look at them. If I want to look at Elliot, where'd Elliot go? Over there. I might do that later in the week, but for now, I'm gonna be live on Go to Bedcast in a while, maybe sooner rather than later. I'm gonna be restreaming Evo, like a lot of today and a lot of tomorrow. Restreaming Evo and just chilling, basically. I'm gonna hop between a bunch of Evo streams, watching games. I'm gonna be playing Pokemon Archipelago I'm working on with a bunch of people, and also Uma Musume. So it's a very chill streams I'm doing over on twitch.tv/gotobedcast. I'm gonna be like just doing that for most of the day. And those are my plans going into the weekend with Evo and how I'm gonna relax with watching Evo. And then this all popped up last second, so I'm just getting all this out of the way. There will still be a poor review on Romancing Saga. I don't know why I didn't write it down. I think I might have been waiting for a Switch 2 version before I committed to anything. which was a really weird decision on my part. Maybe it's, hold on, maybe I put it down here. Hold on, maybe I put it in the archives by mistake. I don't know what I was thinking. I guess depending on which video would be faster, Xenoblade X or Romancing Saga. Neither of those sound like quick videos. But one or the other are gonna be the next ones. And then by the time those are both done, hopefully we're looking at Trails of the Sky. And then coming back around to Suikoden and Lunar. And then hopefully by that point we're caught up. Oh, and Breath of Fire. Yeah. A lot coming up, man. I can imagine Xenoblade would be a shorter video. I can't, well, it's hard because this is practically a remake of Romancing Saga. FF Tactics? Oh, that'll be way later. Yeah, that's on the list though, because like the full list is like those Romancing Saga, Xenoblade, Trails from the Sky, Suikoden, Lunar, Saga Frontier 2, Breath of Fire, Dragon Quest 1 and 2, Front Mission 2 maybe, Front Mission 3 maybe, Final Fantasy Tactics absolutely, and when Trails of the Sky comes out, when Final Fantasy Tactics comes out, those will be streams at first, and then like the other videos I've been doing, they will get their port reviews later, since those take significantly more time to produce rather than just stream in day one. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna get cozy, and I'm gonna be live over on Go to Bedcast in a little while. I'm gonna link the Twitch stream here if anyone's interested and will be around. There's that. But yeah, I think we've shown off what we could here. Thanks everyone for watching, and I meant for that to be a smoother transition, but yeah, thanks everyone for watching. We'll be back for more content surely, and more videos and more RPGs in the works. So until next time, thank you all for the continued support. Thank you.